Today on our 2022 Ford F450, we're going to be taking a look at the Titan Chain alloy snow tire chains. This is definitely going to be an upgrade to some of those ladder pattern style chains because of the install process. One, we don't have to grab a rubber tensioner separate, it has one built in. Two, we don't have to make a connection in the back at the bottom of the wheel. When we're putting these on, we have one connection up top. So it's really easy. If you are one that only puts on chains whenever you're stuck, this is going to be the easiest one to do it. So let's go over some features. These are going to be some smaller links compared to some of the more aggressive ones. So if you do go with some of the more aggressive ones, you might get more traction, but it's going to be a less smoother ride. So these little cross chains right here is what's going to kind of help with that ride, just because we're not really going to be going from tire to chain to tire to chain. There's only a couple different spots that we're actually going to have full tire on the ground. So with those ladder pattern style chains, you really get the choppy feel, but with these they're going to be a lot smoother because of the smaller links, and these are made of a manganese nickel alloy steel, so they are extra strong and they're going to last you for a decent amount of seasons. When it comes to rim protection, we have a powder coated finish on all of the chains surrounding our wheels. So whether you have the factory wheels or some fancy wheels where you just want to protect them, you don't have to worry about it scratching anything, because everything that may make contact with your wheels is going to be made of a softer material, so it's going to give and it's not going to scratch your wheels. That's something I really look for, just because I just want to get unstuck. I don't want to put my vehicle in jeopardy of any type of damage or anything like that. It does come in a pair of two, so just grab as many as you need for your setup. The speed rating is 30 miles an hour, so we don't want to exceed that. I do like the case, so it's a thick canvas. It's really easy to store. I just throw it underneath a seat or in the storage compartment, or even just in a toolbox or something like that. With the ladder pattern style chains or the cable style chains, are really hard to get back in here. These are really easy because you have a slot for one on one side and a slot for the other on the other. So this is definitely an upgrade from one of those canvas bags. Those canvas bags really do rip like almost immediately. Sometimes we're literally taking them out of the bag for the first time and they rip. So this is going to be a really good case that's not really going to break or rip, and it's easier to store. All in all, this is going to be one of the better options when it comes to tire chains. If you want to see how easy the installation process is, stick around, we're going to show you. First thing we want to do is lay out the chains. Just make sure they're not tangled up or twisted or anything like that. And then what we want to do is we're going to take one side and we're going to slide it behind our wheel, and we're only supposed to install these on the outer wheel of this truck. So you can find that information in your owner's manual to see which tire they want you to put it on. So once we get this all around, what we want to do is take this, we're going to go behind the wheel and make our connection just like that. And while we're here, grab all these chains and drape them over. And once we get majority of it out there, we want to kind of tuck this back a little bit. We're going to have a series of links. I'm just going to start with the outermost one right here. And these little cross chains, we want those to be in the middle of our tires. Just like that. And once that's done, we're going to have a little tensioner, which it does get a little tangled back here, especially with the dually wheels. Now we're going to have this little red bracket. We're going to take this little chain, we're going to put it through there, give it a good tug. It's going to lock into place. We have two different round pieces here. The goal here is to put it through at least one of them and then go directly across the wheel from whichever one. So this one is a decent amount of tension, but if you go through the other one, we're not going to have enough chain to be able to go all the way over there. So we're going to have to use the first one. We don't have to do both, just whatever fits the best. And we want to make sure that the hook is facing out And now we want to just get in the car, roll over them a couple times, make sure that they're still nice and tight, and if so, we are good to go. And that'll do it for a look at the Titan chain alloy snow tire chains on our 2022 Ford F450.